All right, guys, Corey Hyden from Free Play Arcade here. We're at Free Play Arlington. We're recording a special segment. We're testing it out. We're talking to our employees about their favorite games at Free Play Arcade. So I'm here right now with Orlando, the GM here at Free Play Arlington. And so, Orlando, the very first question is the easiest question. What's your favorite game on the floor right now at Free Play Arlington?
Favorite game on the floor, favorite game of all time, Crazy Climber.
So if you have watched our podcast previously or some of our other content with Orlando, almost every time we bring up the fact that Orlando, in his interview to become a junior tech at Free Play, said that he loved Crazy Climber, and that was definitely the most interesting response we'd ever received to, like, what games do you like? What's your favorite game at Free Play? So that was really, really awesome, and he got the job, and now he's the GM here at Free Play Arlington. And at the time, we had the dedicated cocktail Crazy Climber.
Yep.
That no one likes.
No.
It's I think it's really cool, and it's actually how I learned to play Crazy Climber, but no one really liked it. So that one's been kind of passed around. Y'all had it for a little bit?
Yep, we had it for almost the whole first year that we were open here.
And then we took it to Richardson for a little bit. Didn't make it very long there. I think we tried to put it out at Denton during the beta tests, and ended up cutting almost every cocktail they had because they just didn't work. Which that's a whole cocktail arcades are a big problem too. Mm-hmm. So then we started working on sourcing an upright because we knew if we could get an upright, people would like it a lot more than the cocktail.
Yeah.
Because describe really quick what the gameplay of Crazy Climber's like.
So Crazy Climber, I remember as a customer, even before being an employee, when Free Play posted, "Hey, we just put Crazy Climber on the floor," and there was a huge argument on, assuming it was Corey commenting as Free Play Richardson said, "This is a great rhythm game," and everyone's like, "There is no way that's a rhythm game." And I remember commenting like, "Oh no, it's completely a rhythm game." So Crazy Climber, very simple. You are a guy who's obviously crazy because you're just climbing a random building.
The outside of like a skyscraper.
Yeah, essentially. Actually listed on the description of the cocktail version at least is that evil doctors are trying to throw pots at you as you scale their building. And then there's also King Kong. There are random construction girders and dumbbells that fall at you. And there's also a giant condor that literally tries to poop on you or drop an egg on you.
It's it's an all-time classic game, clearly.
Absolutely. Phenomenal.
It's kind of interesting because it's a Nichibitsu, I think that's how you pronounce that game.
I think so.
That was then licensed by Taito for US release. Mm-hmm. And they, in all their advertising, when Donkey Kong became a popular game for Nintendo, they said they were the first to feature a man climbing a building or something like that because they wanted to try to get on that hype train. But I guess Crazy Climber's not at all like Donkey Kong.
No, not in the slightest. So with Crazy Climber, I think my favorite thing about the game, but it's also the most frustrating, is if you do alarmingly well, the game punishes you by making it more challenging.
Right, it has kind of like a, what is that called? Like an interactive difficulty where you perform well, and I've read top players will try to kind of throw the game a little bit because it gets so hard if you're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a legitimate strategy is most people, if you figure out how to pattern moving the sticks to climb the tower, you actually don't want to go too fast because the game will punish you for going too fast. It's saying, "Oh, you're doing alarmingly well. Well, here's all this crap that I'm going to literally just waste your lives on."
So then let's talk really quick about those sticks. This is probably the most controversial part of the game, but maybe the most interesting is the two-stick control. How does that work?
So it's pretty much just 8-way joystick, and right now we have in there Sanwa, am I right?
What actually happened was we looked, and they don't make the identical joysticks to that anymore, but the closest on the market are actually those Sanwas, the same ones used for the fighting games, and it's not easy to put them in there, but we were able to get them in there.
And it's real interesting because you have to alternate. You have to one stick up and one stick down, and the climber on the screen has to legitimately finish a full grabbing motion. As you learn how to get that pattern down, you can really start moving around the tower and going at will, even moving one arm, just as long as you're pulling up with one arm, attaching to another window, pulling up with that one, attaching to another window. Really Spider-Man-esque. You can start climbing the tower, but then you run into when you run into all the dangers, you have to be stable. So just quick hint, guys, literally the way to survive in Crazy Climber, at least the pots from the mad doctors, quote unquote, just be stable on the window. You can be one hand on top, one hand on bottom, both hands up. Just be stable, hold your position. You can take hits almost relentlessly, but dumbbells The dumbbells are unavoidable. Those will kill you instantly. And then King Kong or Donkey Kong or whichever.
Careful, we're gonna get sued by Nintendo.
Oh Jesus.
No, I guess it is supposed to be a true King Kong ripoff, which is kind of interesting because I'm not aware of any litigation against Crazy Climber, whereas Donkey Kong there was a famous lawsuit about like it being ripped off. So, I guess what about the game? Why is it your favorite?
Just because it's so challenging. You can think that you have the game figured out, but it will surprise you every single time. There will not ever be an identical way to play the game or successfully climb the tower. You always have to do something different.
Yeah, so it's you're adapting, you're reacting to what the game gives you because of how they program that AI. That's really awesome. Okay, so it's here. It's at Free Play Arlington. It's kind of part of that 4-title road that you have set up right now, which we recently looked this up. Though individual of those games are available in most places, in most states, no one arcade has all 4 games on the floor right now. And a lot of that's from Space Chaser because no arcade in the country has Space Chaser. So
that game's so cool, also very difficult.
But very few have any of those games. Lunar Rescue, Space Chaser, Crazy Climber, and what am I missing?
Elevator Action.
Elevator Action. Wow, that's a great title lineup.
Yeah.
So come play it. Come play Orlando's favorite game here at Free Play Arlington, Crazy Climber.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's the best.